Good night, everyone. All of you who are locked on Virago Global page on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are. Good night, good night. We are back again another week with a wonderful conversation. Look, this tonight I am so excited because we have Destra Garcia, the Queen of Baccahnal, with us. But before we get into Destra, before we talk to Destra and tell her good night, let me just do a little introduction for those of you who are joining us for the first time. Virago Global. This is the interview series where we speak to the most amazing, inspirational, motivational women about their life stories. Stories they have shared in a book called Virago, which has been compiled, a compilation of stories organized by Michelle Borrell, media personality, businesswoman, award-winning author Michelle Borrell. And for those of you wondering what Virago means, Virago is a woman of stature, confidence, fierce attitude. And this book is telling their stories, and it is meant to inspire all of us. And tonight, we have, over the last month, we have featured some amazing women. We had Nikki Crosby, we had Shannon Hutchinson, the pilot. We had so many amazing women. Tonight, people, tonight, 2 days before her birthday, in the height of Scorpio season, we have the Queen of Baccahnal, Destra Garcia. Yes!
Hi, everybody. You know, tonight going to be a scandalous night.
Scandalous. Destra, welcome to Virago Global, girl.
Girl, I don't know. This crazy girl, Michelle, I don't know. No, but I mean, you know, guys, and let me warn you all, my eyes are watering because I have a fan on right over me. So it's not that I'm crying, because sometimes people think I'm getting emotional. They're like, oh my God, it's so sweet. She's crying. No, I'm not crying.
Keep it napkin handy though, because
keep it handy.
Keep it handy.
Yeah, because I know how you do interviews. You try to pull out everything. Now, but you know, Virago, some people say Virago.
Yes.
It all depends on how you want to pronounce it.
Yes.
But when I saw the lineup of women on this, I was like, wow, you know, first of all, I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm not worthy.
Oh, please, Destra.
It's a different perspective because everybody's a professional in their own right.
Yes.
And I guess I needed to give my story too. You know,
yes.
So I'm really excited.
And you have a story to tell. You and I have spoken about so much aspects of your story. I have covered many aspects of your story. You've spoken off record and on record about your story. So I'm really excited to really talk to you about this story. And so let's jump right in. When Michelle approached you to participate in this book, what made you say yes and why?
Well, at first I wanted to say no because it was a book and I was asked to be an author. And truth be told, you know, I am blatantly honest. I am more of a movies girl than a read a book girl. My sister is a read a book girl, you know? And I thought, what can I possibly have to say? And then when I started, it's like, wow, I need to write a whole book because 3/4 of the story has not been told. And then when I thought about, you know, this story lasting generations to come, I felt like it was my duty to kind of inspire, you know, a lot of younger artists coming up, not just artists, but women too, that may have the same predicaments that I've had in my lifetime and felt like they couldn't express or be, you know, I think that we all have a voice and we should use it. And sometimes we're too scared to speak out or speak up, you know.
Yes.
And I think if they saw that, you know, okay, I had challenges, but I did speak out and why, you know, they would feel more confident in being, you know, being brave, being Virago. And that's what Virago is.
Yes.
Warrior woman, you know, an alpha female. You have alpha male, but this is an alpha female type of guide on how to be just powerful and strong and feminine and all those beautiful things that a woman embodies. I'm so
Yes.
happy to be female. Sometimes I wish I was a man just because, sometimes I have a little more leeway. But I am so happy that I could be a female in this world and in these times and still be powerful enough to express myself.
Yes, indeed. And Virago is all about empowering and motivating. And before we go further, I just want to acknowledge our sponsors, Extra Foods, KFC, Nexus Advertising, and GMGT Live. Thank you so much, guys, for your support of Virago. And good night to all of that. Sure all of your fans are here on this live chat. Good night.
Are they all here? I cannot see. Are they here?
And we have Nigel Campbell, Tamika Campbell, Helen Marie Richardson, Garnett,
Hi, everybody. Hi, guys, for joining. Oh my God, thank you.
Baccahnal, the Queen of Baccahnal is here, guys.
Whole Baccahnal team here.
She is talking about her story. So you said you really wanted to show people and inspire people with your story, right? Yeah. So this chapter is called Bitchism.
A little controversial, right?
It's a little controversial. But before we get into the bitchism, let's take a little lead up to it, right? So, I tease in this, or like there's the foreplay or there. We tease it. They tease it. So, Destra, you give us a lot of insight into who you are. You talk about your philosophy, the bitchism philosophy. You talk about your stage persona. For a lot of people, we see you on stage, you're the Queen of Baccahnal, you bring it every single time.
Every single time.
Drama, you leave everything on the stage, But who is Destra Garcia off stage?
Destra Garcia off stage is somebody that you would never believe exists if you don't know me personally. Because, even now, from the time a camera hits me, I become this that you see now. There are times that the camera is not there. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd brush my teeth, I'd be in my nightie, I'd come downstairs, be a mommy, make breakfast, comb my daughter's hair, and now my nieces live with me too, so I technically have 3 kids. Wow. Then do school, online school, sit down, watch the news, see what's going on, see what's current, what's not. And, no makeup, no hairstyle, everything just normal, just real, just simple. Destra is simple, really simple. I like my friends simple because if you're not simple, you cannot come around me and be in my space. I like people that I don't have to pretend to dress up for or comb my hair or put on makeup. They could just walk through the door and see me and be like, okay, whatever. I like easy. I like simple, But from the time I have to go to work, the hair gets done, the makeup gets done. And when a camera hits me, I get loud for some shit. Okay, no, I'm always loud.
Yeah, you're always loud, Destra.
I'm always loud.
That is one thing that doesn't change.
That doesn't change. I'm always loud. Because like my sister told me the other day, she's like, why are you so scandalous? Oh my gosh, people are going to think all kind of thing going on here.
Do you think people get caught up in the onstage persona and judge you by that? Do you think people see you off stage and think, well, yeah, she has a real attitude or she's a bitch or whatever?
Yes, because you see, what people don't understand is that in every genre of work, it is a man's world. And I say so carefully because I want to explain that. You always have the leeway or you always have the acceptance for men. But with women, if you don't bring it, you don't get that respect. And for me, it's no different in my industry, right? When I plan my album or I plan a tour or I do a stage performance, I'm doing a video, I never compare myself to other women, right? Because I'm always trying to be at the top. And to be at the top, there's always a man up there that you need to either be equal to or rise above, right? So it's to me, it's always the perception of it's a man's world. Okay, no problem with that. We didn't mind that. No problem. but a woman is always there to knock you off that pedestal. And I am one of them sad women, right? Which is my stage performances. I've been at shows with other men, and it's like, I want to go before Destra. I want to go before Destra. And there's that intimidation that, you know, took time, but I feel good about that. It's like, yeah, you don't go before me now. See if I ain't done yet. You know, there's that confidence. And in every industry, in every genre of everything that we do, it's okay that you say it's a man's world. It's okay that men are at the top. It's okay. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is when I show up, I show out, and people remember that girl. Bad. Right? Yes. And with that comes a level of bitchism. Right? Yes. I don't condone people calling women bitches. So let's get that straight. I don't condone that. But there's a level of respect that comes with that where people know they should not mess with you because you are a so-called quote-unquote bitch. Right? Yes. But it's not that. Huh? It's just that you stand up for yourself. You know what you want. You go after it. You take no, you know, no is not an option. There's no limitations. You don't fit into the mold of what society sees you as. And you can be whatever. You could do whatever and you can say whatever. And when you do, and you understand that, listen, I'm not going to live within the parameters of what society says I am. I'm me. Take me or leave me. You don't like me, you like me. I don't care. I am me. And when you have that kind of attitude, it becomes an attitude. And then it translates into BITCH, which translates to me as bitchism. So I'm trying to explain that to you guys. I'm not a BITCH. It's just the, you know.
It's the attitude. It's the attitude. It's the attitude, yes. And good. Let's just take a pause here just to say welcome. Good night to those who are now joining us. We are talking to Destra Garcia, one of the contributors to Virago, which is a compilation of amazing stories, inspirational, motivational stories by some of our really amazing women. And I know I use the word amazing a lot, but truly, these women are amazing. And we're speaking to one tonight. So Destra's chapter is entitled Bitchism Explained. And you know, defining what bitchism is for us. It's about standing up for yourself. It's about being bold. It's about being fearless. And it's really owning the word because people use bitch in as a slur, such a derogatory way to put you down. Yeah. So you've owned the word and made it something that works for you in a positive way. Tell us, what instances have you had to apply bitchism and how did it work for you?
All right. So it goes all the way back to when I first began my career. Attitude equals bitchism. Standing up for yourself equals bitchism. Let me see. Getting angry and being real and not being fake and being able to say, listen, I'm not happy about this. I don't like this. Don't do that to me. Don't speak to me that way. I'm not your child. You're not my father. What is wrong with you? No, I'm not accepting that. I deserve more than that. Knowing your worth, standing up for yourself, accepting no limitations, not fitting into the mold. Many times. Okay, so let's go back to real early in my career. I think I was about 16, 15, and I was at Caribbean Sound Basins. And it was the first time that I had an audition. I was with some other females. We had a little group going on. And we were sitting down in a corner for probably 3 hours or more. We were just sitting there while other male entertainers were coming in and out, doing their thing, leaving, and we were just there. We were either eye candy or just not important enough to acknowledge. And I was there since school was over, like about 2 o'clock. Got to leave early because it was exam time, whatever. Got there, 15 years old. I told my mom where I was going. And then I saw it was 5 o'clock. And I know my curfew is before it get dark or else I'm going to get licked. Right? I am from Laventille. It wasn't safe to be a female just traveling on your own or whatever. So I called my mother from a payphone, right? And I told her, Mommy, I'm going to the studio. I've auditioned, so and so. And then she's like, okay, no problem. When I saw the time, because I was afraid of getting licked and because my mother trusted me, I did not want to mess that up. So I told the girls, I said, listen, we've been here for a long time, sitting on the floor, not even on the chair. We sitting on the floor in a corner waiting for a chance to audition. I am leaving because I have curfew. I need to get out of here. So I stood up very politely. I told the guy, the producer, who's now one of my good friends, right? I said, listen, I was here since 2. It's now 5. You all clearly don't have time to do this audition today, and I have a curfew. I need to go. So let us know when we can come back. He said, with all that attitude, you better be able to sing, you know. I said, well, if you had given me the chance, you would have seen or heard bitchism, right? Because I'm telling you straight. He said, all right, let's go outside by the pool. Let's hear you belt it out. And I started to sing, and they were like, wait now, you sit down with all that talent, all that time in the corner there? I said, well, if you had taken the time, you would have known this 3 hours ago. So I've always been that way. And this is at 15 years old because I've always been raised to speak up and let your voice be heard. My mother, my father especially has always told me, listen, you have to speak up for yourself. And in the book, I also give some of these stories. There's also another story where I talked about where my father, there was a time that the fellas on the block used to catcall me. For those of you that don't know what a catcall is, it's family. What going on, friend?
Yeah.
You ain't no family with none of these people. You ain't no friend with none of these people, right? But they calling you that. So I used to feel really uncomfortable because at that time I was about 13. And growing up, starting to get boobs, feeling, And I told my dad, because my father used to hang out with a lot of these people. And my father told me, he said, I'm not going to be here for your entire life. You have to learn to speak up. If you don't like something, say something. And I was like, okay, how do I do this? And then the next time that they started to catcall me like that, I don't know what happened, but it's like a switch. I don't know, a switch flipped in my mind. And I just stopped. I turned around and I said, listen, my name is not family or hello. I'm not related to none of you. My name is Destra. I was like, all right, family. I mean, Destra, all right. And they never did that again. So from that moment, with that lesson that I was taught from my father, I never stayed quiet again. I was always, I spoke up.
So it seemed that you learned to have strength. You learn how to develop strength and power and confidence in yourself from an early age. And Destra, you speak about your strength in the chapter, and I have seen your strength myself. I remember it's something I'll never forget. One night you were performing, I think in the stadium for Iowa. I think it was some event Iowa had, and you came in with a really bad migraine. Like you could barely stand up. You were so in
That was Fireside Girl. I remember it vividly. Oh my God!
And you went on that stage and completely destroyed. And I was standing there in shock because I'm like, but this girl was in so much pain, she could barely stand up. And you went on that stage and just literally, you found strength from your big toe. You pulled that strength and you mash up that place. That's why that night, if I didn't have respect for you before, it was on 100 after that night. Because after you came off, you literally collapsed backstage. And you have had so much strength. And you speak about, the strength that you have in this chapter. You've also had a lot of incidents in your life where you have had to find strength to continue. Could you share with us at least one of those incidents that you've had that threatened to derail your career and you just thought, well, what am I doing? It really set you back and you weren't sure of the way forward, but you found the strength to continue?
There have been many, 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 many. And from the smallest to the largest, the smallest being just, I don't look at online comments for different things and different reasons. You see, when any tragedy is happening or when my name is in any controversy, which it has been in for many times. Yeah. I try not to look at the comments because it really depresses me sometimes, and I'm human. So a lot of times people would say things that are not true or they don't have the whole story and they'd say something that would hurt. So I try my best not to read those comments and I think about it and I say, you know what? The people who love you already, they're going to defend you. People who don't, this is just an opportunity for them to pull you down and drag you through the mud. Just leave it alone,
Yes.
So those are little minor things. But for the most part, that time when I broke my ankle, I think still stands out today. as one of the most devastating events of my life and career. Being in a foreign country, I have never broken a bone in my life except for that.
Wow.
Never broke
Wow.
an arm, a finger, a toe, nothing except for that time. And I was so looking forward to being in Bermuda because it's one of my favorite places to be. And being on the show with Sean Paul, a very good friend of mine. We hadn't been on a show for a long time since we did our collaboration way back in 2009. And it was just great being there. The premiere had just spoken to me backstage. And I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's looking forward to the show. They called my name. The people started to scream. I felt special. I felt like, okay, I'm going to mash up the place. And just because they didn't have the right protocols on the stage with the tape and, the emergency signals and whatnot, and then they had 2 spotlights in my eye, which was blinding, each one separately. I missed where the stage ended, and I kind of walked off the stage, but right off the stage had the box, and then my foot went between the stage and the metal that was holding up the, and I didn't even realize that my foot was broken until Brian is always there, pulled me out, and I realized that the foot went from 0 to 100 really quickly in terms of pain. And then they couldn't operate on me there. I called my doctor in Trinidad and he said, listen, come to Trinidad. We'll have everything arranged for you. When you get here, we'll send you to emergency. But that means you're going to have to reroute through Canada because there are no direct flights from Bermuda to Trinidad. So 48 hours of pain and painkillers. And in the middle of all of that, people take pictures and put it up on media. Look how I look in. I didn't feel like I studied that time. But it's still, because at that moment I thought my career was over. I really thought it was over because there was a lot of time with me with the leg broken and pain, and I feel like I can't jump. Jumping is my whole life. You need your 2 foot to wine. You need to angle your foot a kind of way to get them the wine. How am I going and do this? And I am sure that all my fans were scared for me. And I'm sure that a lot of people were like, okay, that is a day. That show is done. But when the stitches came out, I asked my doctor, I said, Doc, you think I could go on stage still? Because I had one promoter that wasn't accepting me canceling because of the foot broken. Because everybody was saying, we want to see that show still. And I went to that show with my crutches. And I just stood there with my crutches. And the crowd sang every single song. It's almost like I was a puppeteer. Because I would tell them to jump, they would jump. Listen, having a broken limb gives you even more power, You realize that. Because even going through the airport, I bypass all the lines on immigration and I can get lines. Breaking my foot was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. And look at that. You take a negative, you turn it into a positive. It was both a humbling, devastating, and fantastic experience. I don't know. And you see, when you take life and you look at life like that, when you look at life as the glass half empty and half full, it's you could go either way. You could go either way. But I choose to look at the glass half full at all times, Lauren. At all times. I'm grateful. We in COVID and I am still here. Let me knock on wood. You can't see my wood, but my computer hasn't got to COVID yet. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. So far. All right, half full. My family, none of them have gotten it either. Half full. We are in a pandemic, and the entertainment industry has suffered immensely. But I have been able to make my groceries and live. Amen. Thank you, Lord. I'm knocking again because we don't know what tomorrow will bring.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Welcome to all your fans. People saying somebody said that is real strength. 48 hours. In pain.
What?
That is
I must shout out my girlfriend Trixie, who is a nurse in Canada, and she came and she spent the night with me and she nursed me all night. She's one of my sisters, one of my friends. She's more than a friend. She's a sister. So big up to Trixie. I love your girl for doing that for me. I will never forget it.
And look, we have to acknowledge the one and only great Austin Lyons, Super Blue. Good night, sir.
That's my daddy too. That's my father in the business.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. He said, great interview. Of course, we're talking to the Queen of Baccahnal, guys, 2 days before her birthday. this is Scorpio season, and look, we matched headbands and we didn't
I
plan,
know.
but you know,
Cool, right?
it's a Scorpio thing. It's a Scorpio thing. I have to put in a plug there for Scorpio
Yes,
season.
Scorpios rule. Guys, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you're not born in November, but you know.
We are sorry. We are sorry. But that's true. Okay, so again, looking at your life's journey, you opened up so much in this chapter, and guys, you really need to get this book. Let me tell you what, because the stories are so great. And if you're a Destra fan, as so many of you here are tonight, you are going to enjoy this chapter. If you think you knew the Queen of Baccahnal, if you think you knew Lucy, this chapter will really give you a lot of things that you did not know. So one of the things you spoke about, Destra, you spoke about motherhood and how becoming a mother to Zaya, how that impacted your career and the decision that you took to spend time with your child. Now, being a soca artist it's a busy one. You have carnival season, but and so for someone like you who spent all of your year outside of carnival, Trinidad Carnival, traveling, touring, performing literally everywhere, having a child was a huge deal for you. Tell us about your strategy, because you really wanted to be there for your daughter and to be a good mother, but you also have this career to maintain. Tell us how you managed motherhood and your career, and what was your strategy and the decisions that you took and why.
Well, that was another time in my life where I thought my career was over. In fact, Brian was like, when I told him, I said, well, okay, I'm pregnant. He said, so what happened to carnival? He wasn't even like, wow, that's great. He's like, so what happened to carnival? But I have a great mother. My mom gave up her career for me. My mom actually got a scholarship to go to King's College in London to pursue nursing. And then she found out she was pregnant with me, and she turned it down. She stayed back in Trinidad because she didn't want me to have a father growing up with me at the same time. And she became a housewife, and that is a sacrifice that I always feel like I need to make her proud for. She did that for me, and I turned out really great because of a lot of sacrifices that she made. She never let us spend time by anybody. Yes, we went by our grandparents, but that was when we were a little bit older. We never got to sleep over by friends. She was always very protective. She always made sure we were fed, we were clean. She was academically supportive. By the way, this girl you're talking to here got a distinction in math. I just let you know. Did add maths and A-level maths. For those that don't know, and that 90 books, I just playing it out there.
And she's also trilingual.
I'm trilingual. I speak French and Spanish fluently. Right. So a little bright. Mm-hmm. Oh, God is be on stage whining and things. But all right. No, but when I had Zaya, I pulled from the experience of my own mom, knowing the sacrifices that she made. And she always preaches to us because my sister is also a very good mother. And she has also got to the point where she's home with her boys. And my sister has a double major, and she just let everything stop to be a mom. Being a mother is very important in my family. So with Zaya, she's doing SEA next year. So a lot of things have to take a back seat because I'm here with her. I have to be her support system. She did practice test today and last Saturday, and it's like, Mommy, the questions are so hard. Oh my gosh, you think I'm going to do well? And she's so insecure with a lot of things. I have to be here to tell her, listen, we study for this. You know how long we planning for this? You could do this. You have this, you're real, right? Don't study nothing. I have to be her cheerleader right now. And that takes precedence over everything because she needs me. And as long as she needs me, I'm going to stop everything else. Now, for my fans, only don't worry. Yeah? I know I'm not posting all the time and whatever. But the album is almost finished. I have 2 more songs to finish. I'm doing some videos in the next coming weeks. All right. The book is coming out with my chapter. So I'm working. I'm just not at the forefront because half the times when you're mothering, you don't be like this. So I can't take no selfie and post. I'm home mode. I'm not posting no picture like that out there.
The guys, I can attest to that. I asked Destra for a photo for somebody and she said, but my hair I ain't looking good. I'm not doing that.
Listen, we have a surprise coming to where we are actually thinking about doing, not thinking, we are already in the planning stages of doing a song for the book, a theme song. I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
Wow.
I don't know. I will get a message from Michelle just now.
Well, you guys got the exclusive tonight. So let's take some questions, guys, on the chat in the few minutes we have remaining. Let's take some questions. Somebody said they would love to know about your transition from working in the insurance industry to becoming a soca artist.
Why everybody think I was MBM is not insurance, you know? I was a wholesale person selling computer, printer, stationery, toner, machines, photocopiers. I was a wholesale person. What was that transition like? I was always singing. So it wasn't really a transition. For me, the transition was being from an artist to being in the 8 to 4, right? Because my entire life, I've been on stage since I was 10, you know? So I liked being in the professional vein because, you know, I like to dress up, put on my heels and think, I wish I could afford red bottoms then. And I would have stepping in the people place looking like $1 million. But no, I loved it. I loved working and meeting people. And a lot of the clients that I had, my sales territory was the the western corridor. So from Edward Street all the way back to Chagrama's. It's so strange. I went to St. James Sec and then I went to Poly. So that was also in the West. So I'm a kind of a West girl, but I'm not really a West girl. I don't know.
So Pablo said give him a call. I only need to talk.
Of course, we have an incomplete song to finish. I will tell you.
Malcolm wants to know, who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with as yet in the soca industry?
In the soca
chutney, reggae. You've worked with so many people in so many genres. Who is on your wish list that you haven't worked with as yet?
Well, there's so much new talent. I would love to work with a couple new people. But there are also a lot of people that I haven't worked with, like Super Blue, you know, honestly, as long as a song catches me, I would work with anybody, to tell you the honest truth. But to pinpoint a name would be hard because there are too many people that I respect in the industry to just call one. And it's not nice calling one name or 2 names or 3 names and you leave out anybody. You know, they might get the wrong idea and feel like you don't consider them. So I'm not going to call no names. I work with anybody and everybody. Bring thing, right?
Bring thing, Olia. So you're getting love from, listen, we have the Caribbean here on this chat. You're getting love from everybody. And Nisha says that you have been her inspiration since 2013. She loves you so much. Your songs motivate her. And you're getting so much love from Aruba. So she said to tell you that she loves you from Aruba. This is Anisha from Aruba.
I'm coming to Punta with all you. Like, calm down.
And we have Alexander wants to know why you love St. Martin so much.
Because St. Martin loves me. We have a love affair. It doesn't matter how long I have not been there. I mean, I'm so close with St. Martin. I have gone to dinner with, you know, the premier, the ministers, you know, and even just the man who's selling coconut down the road. We just have a real loving St. Martin Destra relationship. And not only that, I have been to St. Martin when people like Ja Rule and Keisha Cole have been there, and they were like, make sure Destra not opening for these people, because Destra is we start. And when Destra finish and we shoes come off and we make up running, we not staying, we leaving. So I remember, I don't know, well, you know about this, when Ja Rule was like, well, who is this girl?
Yes.
And he had to open for me. And then he stayed back and he watched me perform and he said, I really wanted to know what the big fuss was about you. But, you know, you're bad. So
you're bad. Destra, so we know that you're busy, you're working with Zion. We wish her all the best in her SCA. What's next? We know you have the video coming out, the videos coming out, the album coming out, this chapter coming out. We know you're busy. What's next for Destra? You're doing a talk show as well. You did a talk show recently.
Yeah.
What is on your bucket list? What is there for you to fulfill that you think you have not yet fulfilled, something that you really want to do?
I don't know. I keep surprising myself every day. I really don't know. Because to tell you the truth, I never thought I would actually be a successful talk show host. But I killed it. And now everybody wants to know when it's season 2, which
Get out. You're
coming.
coming.
It's coming.
Stop trying to come for my job, please. Thank you.
I could never compete with Laura. You are a she boss, okay? Now, but I don't know. I think I want to just explore everything a little bit more. Doing music is second nature to me. I would go into a studio and any producer that I've worked with would tell you, listen, we get all Destra vocals in a matter of 3 hours, song done. And that is not easy to do. People go back a couple of days and they revisit and whatever. So that is second nature to me. Recording music, performing, second nature to me. Writing a song, as long as I have time, I will write a perfect song, right? The things that are hard for me or that I haven't really explored to its fullest potential are like the talk show, this new book avenue. Anything that is new, I welcome it. And the sky is the limit for me. I don't think I want to limit myself in anything and say that I can't do that or I can't try that. I could do anything. Suppose you wake up tomorrow and you hear that I have a whole brand of new, like I open a restaurant or a bar, or I don't know, I could do anything. And that is the message that I want to send out there to all females. You could do anything. Today you feel to be this way, be that way. Tomorrow you want to change. We have been given free will, choice. Just make the most of it. Don't put yourself in a box. Like how you're seeing, man, the Instagram and the Facebook, and then we in a little box. Don't be in that box. Come out. Go back in. I feel I want to be a comedian. Yeah. I want to try that. I want to try being a comedian. I feel like it is that.
Well, we have all kind of suggestions here. Somebody did suggest acting. Somebody say I should actually want to sing.
Yeah. That is on my bucket list. I want to do some. Actually, I did some acting.
Yes,
you did not see it yet. I did some acting and I liked it. I think I could pursue that a little bit. Yeah. Acting.
Frank is wanting if you want to get deeper into media, more involved in media.
I don't know. I have too many friends in the media business, and I like when you guys interview me because it's like a little chat and, we having fun. I don't mind, I feel if I were doing your job and I was interviewing some of those artists because I know some of the dirt, I could get it out of them.
Yes.
On the spot.
Oh my God, this has been entertaining. You and I could talk all night long. We could talk all night. This has been fantastic, guys. I want all of us to wish Destra a very, 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 very happy birthday. Lots of abundance, love, and light, Destra, to you.
Thank you.
I know you're going to enjoy your day.
I hope so.
And like last year,
I hope so.
If you get 100 cakes like last year, please feel free to give me a call again.
Of course, I will be putting out your cake and calling you again. But I don't feel like getting all them cakes this time.
You got a lot of cakes last year.
No, I just want to shout out my Baccahnation crew. They support me unconditionally every single time, everywhere. I know they're all over this page. They're all over everything that I do. I would be nothing without them. They are like a silent part of my family, but they're there, and they lift me up when I need it the most. I have a few of them on my personal, on my phone that would message me and, tell me, hey, don't worry about that. We have your back. And those things go a long way. You guys don't know, but I appreciate you. I love you. I admire you. You are my heart. So thank you so much. I just had to say that.
And Destra, I love you. Thank you so much, guys. This has been another epic. This has been the most epic. No disrespect to
because I'm crazy. That is why I'm crazy.
Yes. No disrespect to any of the ladies I've interviewed over the last month. You're all amazing. This has been a very, very epic interview. We could talk all night long. Destra, Bitchism Explained. It is a chapter in Virago, a compilation of stories from inspirational, motivational stories from amazing women in Trinidad and Tobago. The book will be launched soon. Destra gave us a little reveal that she might be doing the soundtrack. A little tea we get tonight. and, and before we leave, I just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Extra Foods, KFC, GMGT Live, and Nexus Advertising. Thank you for your support. And thank you so much, Michelle Borrell, for providing this platform for women so where we can derive so much inspiration and motivation. And Destra, thank you again for gracing us with your presence and sharing your story. Please, guys, when the book is out, we will let you guys know you need to get a copy. Give it to your friends for Christmas. Get a copy for yourself. You will absolutely enjoy it.
Yes.
And I want to wish you.
It's amazing. I love you, Laura.
I love you too.
You're from the whole Virgo crew. We love you. We love you. Bye, everybody. I love you guys.
Bye, guys.